Okay, that took a little while, but we're getting close, and this is going to be our finished product. Nicely shrunken. 2 layers of heat shrink tubing with the electrical tape on the inside. That came out pretty good. That's one of my better jobs, I must say. And those things are soldered direct to those posts. They're not going to go anywhere. It's a pretty secure connection. Now, what I'm about to do next might seem a little crazy. I'm actually going to cut that whole tip off of this power adapter. In between the footage here, I tested that power adapter again, and I found out the power brick itself was actually bad, not putting out the proper voltage. So since we already installed a tip, got all the heat shrink tubing done, we're just going to install this tip on another power adapter. Now this other power adapter actually has a bad tip itself, so we're going to take the good tip that we just created and solder it directly onto this new power adapter. And what we do with this is, we cut the wire, then we separate the ground from the positive. Get that old power adapter out of the way. Throw that in the trash. Okay. We're actually going to plug this in now and test the voltage. Make sure you do not touch the 2 wires together, positive and negative, while you're doing this. Got our voltmeter out. We have our exposed wires there, not touching each other. We're going to take the black to the ground, red to the positive, which is the white. Check the meter. We're getting 19 volts. We're going to unplug that power adapter. We don't want any voltage running to this while we're working on it. I did that once. It wasn't fun. Caused a rather large spark. And now I'm going to strip the other end. Solder these 2 pieces together. We'll be golden. Again, it's smart to use a wire cutter in that situation, but if you don't have one laying around, you could use a regular pair of cutters there, as long as you don't cut the wire. Okay, once you get that exposed, twist it so no fray wires are hanging out. Okay, we're going to use the helping hands here, and we're going to tin the ends of these wires. Now, the camera didn't quite catch it, but what happened was I tinned the sides of all the exposed wires. Now I'm going to throw some heat shrink tubing over it. Cut it to the right size. Now we're going to solder the 2 ends together. And because the camera's not picking it up, I will show you the finished product. Okay, there's the cable sitting right there with the heat shrink tubing over it. Now we're going to test it out in this machine and make sure everything works. Now we plug the AC adapter in. Pull out the voltmeter and do one last check just to make sure there's no short circuit and we're getting the right voltage. And we're okay. No beeps, and we were getting 19 volts. or 18.5, somewhere around there. Plug the power adapter in. Since there's no battery, there's not going to be any charging light, but there is the power light. And this computer is definitely working now. Took a little bit of work, but we finally got it done. That was a power jack and a power adapter fix. Let's throw the battery in there